Welcome everybody to the decider, the match point, the reverse sweep potential from Gibbertong.
Yeah, the reverse sweep could be on. It could be on.
It could be on. It's going to be on Fortress. The winner of this game goes through, of course, to the round of 8. Nili spawning down to the south in the red as the Goths. And Gibbertong in the blue to the north. He's taking the Mayans. What a classic matchup on Regicide Fortress.
Well, the classic matchup would be Mines versus Mayans, but Nili trying to do a bit of mind games here, taking the so-called counter pick to Mayans in the Goths.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The question is going to really be, is that strong enough to counter the Mayans? Because Mayans, yes, in theory they are hard countered by Huskarls and Eagles. Like, Eagles are okay against Huskarls, but then, the Goths play Adjunct Champions.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work out that way in my experience on Regicide Fortress. Because the Mayan player can so easily just roam around, getting some raids in. If they play aggressively and add in Monks and Siege as well, forward Monks, you start converting their Huskarls. Well, then what are they going to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. I think, though, that with the Goth pick, it's kind of like, everyone's like, mind games and all this. I feel like Goths is quite a safe pick on this map. Because if your opponent goes Mines, great, you're Goths. If your opponent goes Goths, then what's a Goth war? It's not. I don't feel like it's mind games per se.
I think it is, though, because I think Mines are, I would like to say, objectively better in most matchups compared to Goths.
In most matchups, yes.
Including, I think Mayans is probably favored most of the time in a Mayan versus Goth matchup on Regicide Fortress, if they play correctly.
But if you're playing into the Mayans as the Goths, you're definitely, you've got that in mind. You're going to keep that in mind. Like, one thing I hope we see, and one thing I enjoy watching in this matchup, is Goth players that go all in on Castle Age. They do Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
They
spam down the
barracks, and they start pushing with Siege and Huskarls in Castle. I think that can be really strong. And, you mentioned the Monk thing, but, I feel like Monks are supplementary, right? Monks are not the main force that you use. We saw last week there was a game where, I think it was, who was it? I can't remember who it was. It was on Highland, though. And there was like a full Monk army. It was like 20 monks. And he was converting so many units, but he was still getting overwhelmed. Because
that was
Rubenstock
versus Say My Name on Highland.
That's right,
but that is a very different map and matchup than this is. I think Mayans should... I still think that Mayans, if they're played well, if they know what they're doing, should win against Goths 70% of the time. I would give them a favorable matchup.
Yeah, I mean, they are obviously very strong. But I think Nili will know that, and I think he's obviously going to be prepared, right? Like, you don't pick Goths assuming that your opponent isn't going to pick the Mayans. You pick Goths,
no, of course,
like, expecting this matchup.
Even if the Goth player plays perfectly, I still think the Mayan player should have an advantage if they also play perfectly.
Okay. Well, let's see who plays more perfectly then.
Or least perfectly.
Or least perfectly, yeah, I guess. Let's take a look at the maps a bit more. Nili's map, then. We'll start with him. Quite nice map, actually, back here. This is really good. Nice, safe wood lines. Very easy wall. You can see where he's built his market blacksmith, closing this area with the gold, the stone. His second stone a little further forward. And it looks like he's going for the big Goth boom, as we would expect, with 2 villas on stone there. Mm-hmm. His golds, the remaining golds, sorry, are a little bit further forward. But for Nili, kind of favored him with the randomness of the map. The bonus golds are also on his side.
Right, but the relics are on the other side of the map, so...
Yeah, the relics are kind of mostly around Gibbertong. Now, Gibbertong's map, looking at him, very forward gold, very forward stone, very forward second gold, forward third gold,
very
forward stone. All of his resources are quite far forward. I think a Castle Age aggression from Nili could be great. Most notably, I think it will be great because the castle placement of Gibbertong
is not ideal.
It's so far back that Nili could very easily pressure this with mangonels, with siege in general, and go in with Huskarls and start raiding this crap. And the castle's so far out of the way, it's never really going to be too much of a threat because a castle will still very easily kill fully upgraded Castle Age Huskarls.
Yes, they will.
Like, pretty much one-shot them still. nearly. It's like,
two,
and if they're in a
maybe
group,
three.
there's more arrows as
Yeah,
well, and
there's
they do. It does a lot of damage. You still want to avoid it. So, you know, I feel like that's really not too bad. But Gibbetong, gonna go straight up with a TC right here, and try and protect that front of his base. But that is again a very open location. The tower helps, but could be mangonelled down, could be pressured later on. We'll see.
Right, but the thing here is Nili instantly going for 2 TCs.
Yep, right there, right
Getting
there.
straight onto the economy, not trying to do any sort of super early aggression, it seems.
No, but I don't think you would do that. I think the way you play this is you boom with 3 TCs for a little bit,
And then you try to flood them.
When you've got the eco, you go all in. That's what I want to see.
That's interesting.
I have no idea if he'll do it, but that's what I'd like to see.
We'll just have to depend to see who's going to play more aggressively or more defensively. And we see Gibbetong only with the 1 TC at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He's clearly not going straight into the full boom. Early
Monastery.
Monastery as well. He's worried about potential aggression from Nili here. Wants the monks out to convert the Huskars.
No fletching, no defense upgrades. For the time being, at least.
No, just getting the eco sorted first of all. And he's just going to roam around, see which villages he can pick off from over the walls. And without
answer is
fletching,
none, really.
none. Once he gets Bodkin Arrow, he can start to hit those Woodvilles, but that's going to be a while away.
Yeah, I think so. It's not something you rush, not when you're trying to add eco. He is adding a 3rd TC as well.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the king actually doesn't count as anything, I think, on the overlay, Turumbar.
Yeah, technically it should be 1 population extra.
Yeah.
It's
You see it says 41 out of 50, but his population adds up to 42.
No, his population adds up to 41.
It does?
Yeah,
Hold
the
on.
king just
Yeah,
isn't
no,
counted
you're
in
right.
Capture Age.
But, oh, it's not counted at all.
Yeah, so that is a slight bug with Capture Age. They know about it.
I want to find
They
out
need to
about
fix
this. Nili's pop is 40 over here, and it's 39 over here.
Right. Capture Age is
Conspiracy.
simply, it doesn't. They're aware of it. They know that the kings aren't added up in the total population at the moment.
Never do math on stream.
Never tab out of the game on stream.
Why? Could they not see it? Oh, I'm not doing a display capture. They couldn't see it. Okay, my bad. I thought they would be able to see that. Oops.
Yeah, I don't think they noticed anything there.
Oh, I showed AOE, I showed AOC in the background, and Nili has 1 more population there than on Capture Age. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, they believe us, right?
Yeah.
We're trustworthy people.
I like what Gibbetong's doing here, building this out. Just making it really difficult for Nili to actually be able to
push in.
Yeah.
And also with the
hello.
petards.
Yeah,
Gibbetong
so-
wanting to play really aggressively here.
Is Gibbetong going to be aggressive? I like that. That's how you do it if you're the Mayans as well. I mean, we're talking about Nili getting aggressive, but it's hard to do that if the Mayans are 1 step ahead.
If they're already outside your base.
Exactly, and that petard's coming over. He also got Nili to delete his...
Oh, but he might snipe this monkey with his scout.
There's a monk being targeted over here. He's trying to keep the petard out of sight of the scout. That's going to be important. Does Nili see the petard?
No, we're not on time.
I can't tell you if he saw the petard or not. No,
Yeah,
he's going
Endbrain,
to get
that's it.
converted.
Oh, that's a mistake from Nili.
But even if he does see the petard, I mean, what can he do really? Start walling up behind this is the best way.
Remember, he can't make stone walls because he's the Goths.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that he's probably seen it. That's my guess. Or at least sees how many plumes there are.
He
because
wants
he's preparing the
Mangonel. He
siege.
knows that there's a lot of plumes outside. He wants to try to get a Mangonel hit in to try to even out the numbers at this point. And look at this, though. Gibbetong was slower adding the 3rd TC, and he's already 3 vills up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the Mayan economy is just so much better in this situation. Like, this is why I think they should be favored most of the time. Because their eco is better in most stages of the game.
The farms suck, though. They did suck anyway.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Their farms are good
I
now.
wish I could still say that. But yeah, Gibbetong then going to be coming through, and that's 1 petard. He's got the hole in the wall, and we've got a good number of Huskars in defense. The HP pool on Nili's army much higher, and he's got that sort of re-wall thanks to the castle on making a choke point with these buildings here. He does, of course, have to be careful of those monks, but all in all, he could be okay. He might lose a villager on the wood line. Yeah, she's dead.
Oh, she's trapped. She wasn't even able to work anyway.
No, she was a goner regardless.
Like, right here, like, Gibbetong's not really dealing much damage, but he's causing quite a lot of idle time. Like, there's 4 or 5 farms on the frontier that aren't working. Those villagers are just sitting in the TC.
Oh,
but
mango
the mango!
out. Oh! Oh, that could have been huge.
Still
That
could be
monk
huge.
with 1 HP. But now Jibbertong microing this down. He gets another shot over there, and that's that. The Petard could come in.
Or shot on the plumes?
No, just a shot on his own.
on
units,
his
no
guys.
problem. And here we go. The monk micro not on point really, but might end up getting second conversion. No, just the one. He only gets the low HP one as well, so that kind of sucks for him.
You can always heal it back up. He does have all those monks.
That's true. Should get looking healthy pretty soon, but yeah.
And now that he has a Huskell, he can run in there and try to snipe these mangonels.
He can use the Petard to do that too,
Oh.
because it has plus 40 against siege.
The problem is, getting there.
Wait, is it plus 40 against siege?
Maybe? I'm not sure. I've never actually really thought about
I
it.
think it's quite high. I might be more. I'm thinking it's plus. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm. But Petards have a bonus against siege. I think it's plus 40. I don't know. There's so many bonuses that it's hard to memorize them all. But we're pretty close. But yeah, so Nili here gonna push out, and 2 mangonels is quite threatening. But there's a mangonel from Jibbertong about to pop out. I think. Where's it gonna go?
I don't think he
What's
wants
the
to pop it
perfect
out.
moment to just pop out and get the mangonels? But they're on the hill, so
I don't think there is a perfect moment at the moment. He needs to wait for the rest of his army to be in position, maybe get 2 mangonels.
Oh no, he's popping out
Never
anyway.
mind.
Okay, there you go. And, oh, big shots from Nili there. Does get traded 1 for 1. He's blocking himself. Ends up catching this though, which is great, but he can't really get out. His walls are blocking him, which is very awkward.
Jibbertong
shot
already
there.
up to Imperial Age. That Mayan economy working overtime. Nearly just not enough
Nili's-
on gold. He's mass selling food and wood here to try to get up as well.
I think if Nili had managed his eco better and had more on gold earlier, I think he would be up at a similar time here.
Sure, but remember though, the Mayan army composition is so much cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. And trading this one off. Nicely
Hold
done.
on, Nili. Staying ahead of the mangonels here.
Quite far ahead. 3-2. Oh, well, he's going to lose this one now. He needs to attack ground or something here. Nope, that's gone. But 2 mangonels is still kind of difficult for the plumes. They do have bodkin arrow now, though, so they could start raiding this wood line over here.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Jibbertong isn't mining any stone at the moment.
Yeah, like he's not adding a second.
Castle, which is sort of what you would expect from him. He's going for a barracks. That might just be for
That's-
thumb ring, or maybe he's thinking, we're going to go with eagles.
I was like, had to think about what you were saying there. A barracks for thumb ring? What?
But then you need to build the
Because he
archery
needs to build
range.
the archery range. But I
Oh,
was
but
like,
he already gets a barracks, though. He doesn't need to do that.
yeah. So I think he's Is he thinking about eagles? Like, it seems strange to be getting barracks here. I feel against the Goths. Like, why would you get into that scenario?
Eagles do technically counter Huskarls.
Yes, but it's so easy for the
Yeah,
Goths
but
to switch.
yeah, the Goth player makes champions, and then your plumes counter the champions, right? Be smart.
Yeah, true. That's.
But then the Huskarls counter the plumes again.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird rock, paper, scissors, and then some other thing that makes like a fourth.
It's quite rock, paper, scissors. Relics, 0 for 0 actually, but Nili is going to grab one here, so he'll get the first relic in. And at the moment, Nili is ahead on the KD quite comfortably, and about to get a second castle C as well.
Yeah.
He's probably wishing he had 4 TCs, however. I feel like you want an extra TC as the Goths and have that really big eco. He's
Adding
only
in-
got 83 vils at the moment, which
Adding
is
in
quite
the
low.
extra TC slows down your Imperial Age time.
It
so
does,
much
it
though.
does.
Maybe adding the fourth after clicking up, but then he wants to save all of his food for upgrades and getting his military, right?
Yeah.
So there's no real easy position when you can add it in. So we're seeing Elite Eagle Warrior already coming in for Jibbertong and Handcart, going to boost his economy even more.
Yeah, I guess the thing with the Eagles is that you don't expect it necessarily as the Goths. I mean, maybe you do a little
Should,
bit.
because like at this stage, like you should have a similar number of Huskarls to plumes, and you should be able to overwhelm them. Like, Eagles are the most logical counter. You're not going to make 2-handed swordsmen with mine.
No. But it is still something that at the moment, Nili, he's still committing to making Huskarls at the moment.
Well, he sort of has to.
Like, he could be transitioning into 2-handed swordsman at the
Of
moment.
his own, yeah.
But he doesn't want to do that because all he's seen so far is plumes and mangonels, right? Like, he has no confirmation. Like, what I mean by expecting Eagles is like, it's so meta or so standard that you're expecting Eagles to come out of the fog in the next couple of seconds, and you're going to be preparing for that ahead of time.
Right.
Like, he still needs to sort of scout this and see this before he reacts to it. rather than doing it blind, is kind of what I mean. But yeah, he's going to expand to with the 4 TC to the left side, castle in the middle here, and now he'll see the barracks. So Nili will see these plumes, and then
if he clicks on one, he sees it's a leading war. He sees Eldorado's just come in.
So he's still going for Elite Huskarl here, but these Elite Eagles are so fast, right? Like, they're already coming out in good numbers. They've already got Eldorado, 100 HP and a dream.
And conscription as well, so he's praying for that mass production of army coming in. And it looks like on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, Nili has just a couple of Huskarls roaming around.
Nili's got to get this castle up, you know. Like, this could be a problem. Oh, the villagers are exposed.
There's only like 4 villagers here.
Yeah, like, I thought he'd bring more forward for this, and the plumes are coming over to the right side, forcing Nili to split his army. Oh, this is awful.
And now Jupiter might get like a nice trade on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he's probably going to get a decent trade there. You can see he's killing off those guys there as the plumes give him a runaround on the back.
The Huskarls are cheaper than Eagles, so you should outnumber them.
Now, keep in mind, he will get the castle up as a result of this, so that's good for him. Only losing 1 to a conversion there, and I think the plumes did end up getting cleaned up as well, so Nili's okay with that.
4th TC coming up for both players on the left-hand side to secure some extra gold, so they're both getting their economy rolling, getting even further into the late game.
Now, I feel like Gibbeton could have denied the castle there if he really went for it.
Probably, but you know, maybe he just doesn't want to take that risk. Maybe he's secure in his position at the moment. He doesn't want to take possibly a silly risk like that.
Perhaps.
And by the way, I'm thinking, has Gibbeton gotten some more of the relics?
Looks like he has, actually. It does definitely look like more have been collected. Okay, it's 2 relics each.
And then 1 more in the back.
There's 1 more here, yeah. So, relics going to be fairly even. I mean, obviously, Gibbeton is likely to get that last one. But 3-2 is not nearly as bad as 5-0.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Yeah. Conversions are not counted as a kill.
But they are counted as a death.
But you can see the difference here, right? So, Gibbeton has killed 13 units, but Nili's lost 17. So then we can deduce that there's 4 conversions here.
Or maybe some bills lost to boars. Yeah. But, that doesn't really have to matter.
Oh, good raid here, though. I feel like Nili is actually fairly in control of the game right now. He's got a really good castle location, but then left
coming
side...
in a big raid as well.
Oh, that's true.
And he has a lot more eagles here than...
They are trading blows at the moment. That TC going down quickly, but there's eagles coming over now to deal with that, while at the same time this TC is going up in flames as well. A lot of Huskarls coming over to deal with that. And wow, there you go, MBL. Thank you very much, MBL, for the raid. 500 viewers coming in. I think that must mean he's just finished his 24-hour stream.
Just finished his 24-hour stream.
Hey, man, congratulations. I hope that went really well for you.
Go take a nice nap.
Yeah, you've deserved it. 24 hours, man. I've still not done a 24-hour stream. I'm not a real streamer. Until you've done a 24-hour stream.
In your face.
You suck. So, yeah, well done, MBL. Thanks for the raid as well. Welcome, everyone. We're casting the ECL right now. We've got Nili versus Gibbeton, and it's Mayans versus Goths on Regicide Fortress.
On match point. Match point here. Whoever wins this
goes look
through.
At the conversions coming in at the back. You can get quite a few here. And the Eagles at this point, let's just take a quick look. Way outnumbering Nili. He's taking a really good trade. More reinforcements from Nili are coming in, but those Eagles have the momentum.
He's got the numbers and the more HP.
Down. Oh, but he will get the Treb, I think, on the right side. But losing all of those Huskarls is pretty bad news. However, if you look at the KD, it is still in favor of Nili. So it's not too bad, but the problem is so momentum-based. As the Goths, really what you want to be doing is keeping the units flooding out.
You want to always have a numbers
applying
advantage.
Pressure constantly. And when you lose that momentum like that, you can get in trouble. So Nili's got to protect his Treb.
I think at the moment, Nili might be having some gold problems.
Yeah, you're right. And food even, actually. He's
bombed out in everything. And he's trying to defend the front. He's trying to like expand on all sides of the map, it seems. And Gibbeton is just concentrating on this front side.
Yeah, we've got a lot of expansion around on the corners as well. Look at this castle from Gibbeton. Look at that. This castle right here on the gold, like next to Nili's base. And then Nili sort of putting his castle over here to deny this stone as well. Meanwhile, on the front, they are trading blows here. It looks like Gibbeton still has the health pool, but overall, the numbers are quite close. 31 apiece
but
on
left-hand side,
roughly.
Gibbeton is raiding that TC.
Once again, yeah.
Constantly taking down villages. Nili still has a Vill lead. amazingly enough. But he's going to lose a couple of builds here, and possibly might be losing the front side. We're not really sure at the moment. And
we still have raiding over here, but Nili's raiding hasn't been as effective yet. He's just lost that town center. Meanwhile, big fight happening here, but again, it's going to go the way of Jibbertong because he's just trading better against these Huskarls at the moment with those Eagles. 118 Eagles, of course, fully upgraded now. And again, it's a momentum-based problem, I think. But still, at the moment, Nili can still stabilize, but he will potentially lose this castle.
He's lost the trev. He should lose his castle now. Like, that one trev's going to keep pecking away at it. It's going to go down. And look at the military count. 32 for Jibbertong. Nili, he's only got 10 army at the moment, which is not what you want to see as the Goths.
Yeah.
Goths want to constantly have more military than their opponent and outmass and outflood them.
Exactly, and he's really struggling to do that right now.
And, you know, that Palisade Gate, it's not really going to do much when you're the Goths.
No, well, not anyway, because he's letting him in, and, well, his issue now is with that castle going down, it opens up the middle of the map.
All of his gold is outside his base. Is that gold next to the barracks? Is the gold on the left-hand side?
And I think there's nothing in the back anymore.
No,
There's this gold.
And that one on that TC on the front as well. But it's all outside his base. You can't defend it easily. And these Eagles are just going to spread all over the place.
Yeah, Nili's about to get gold starved, and without gold, he's not making any Huskarls here. Now, obviously, a flick into champions at this point, it's a little bit late, right?
Yeah,
like, he doesn't have the
he can't
resources
afford
banked. And
Nili's sort of raiding, though, the back of Jibbertong's base. Does he have a lot of army back there?
There's just two.
What's in that tower?
Is that the king? It is.
That looks like a king.
It is
to
the
me.
king. All right, here we go. King snipe attempt from Nili. This could be huge.
He needs this. I don't think he can win the game without it.
Jibbertong's not noticed. He's not noticed.
No, come on.
Jibbertong hasn't noticed.
The gather point has to be set to somewhere else, right?
Yeah, but he's not even realized.
Oh no,
Robo.
The king. It's just sitting there.
Robo.
No.
Robo.
But Nili hasn't noticed either.
Nili is gonna kill. He's got it.
No.
Oh, no way.
The king is still
No way.
He's
It's got 11
No, he
health.
stopped. Keep running.
What's going on?
One.
It's dead.
He's dead.
Nili wins. Oh, no way. Unbelievable.
Nili.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
What a way to win the game. He's lost the game at this point.
He's so far behind.
And he gets it. Oh, that is so good for Nili. That is incredible. What a way to go. Feels very bad for Jibbertong. Oh my goodness. That's a rookie mistake right there. It's like you forget that you're playing Regicide. And then that's it. You've won the game. You're home and dry. But 2 Huskarls is all it took. What a great way to end that match. And oh boy, that was the first match of the day as well. So, wow. That's fantastic. I'm guessing they ran through the wood line here where there was an overchop. So, Nili ever so... Wait, hold on a second. Hang on a second. How did they even get in? They must have gone through the front door, right? Like, they must have ran straight through here. There's no hole. This is blocked. The left side is closed. They must have gone straight through the middle, and he didn't notice. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, that's a game to remember right there, guys. That is a game to remember. Well played to Nili. He's going to take the series. And you don't see players very often winning a series like that. You don't see them winning Regicide Fortress like that too often. But when it does happen, it is a treat. And Nili there, so good. So good. Just take the win. And he manages to get a point for Heresy, which is something which he set out to do. He said, by the end of this tournament, I will score a point for Heresy. And there it was, right there, in that first best of 3 for the Europe West stage, round of 16. He's through to the round of 8, and I think Robo's updated the brackets.
What we can see, though, is that Nili will be playing as the winner of Nikov and Goku,
there it is,
who we'll be seeing in the next matchup.